Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Riding in Cars with Researchers. I'm Dr. Jeff Kingsley. Today we're going to talk about something called precision enrollment. I've talked in the past about the immense amount of waste in the research process. The cost. It costs on average $2.8 billion to get one FDA approval. That's that R&D spend. And that's a huge driver of why drugs cost what they do, and why a hospitalization costs what it does, and why when you go to the pharmacy to get a very simple antibiotic, you get sticker shock. It shouldn't cost that much. We've talked about the timelines and how long it takes to run research trials and how difficult it is to find patients for research trials. Trials take twice as long to find patients as anyone would predict. We talked about the criteria to get into a trial and how they are getting harder for good and bad reasons, but they are getting harder. So increasingly, you're doing, as a site, lots of work to find very, very few patients for a research trial, and there's plenty of data to prove that. Well, what does all of that mean? Those are a lot of the drivers of waste, of the cost, and of the delays in getting new innovative therapies to the patients that need them. Precision enrollment, also called just-in-time startup. What is it? Today, traditionally, what happens is organizations pick sites from around the nation or around the world to run a given research trial. And our industry is really very bad at that. They're very bad at choosing sites who are going to perform on a given research trial. They're very bad at knowing who is or is not going to produce high quality enrollment and high quality data. That's a topic I will talk about in future episodes of Riding in Cars. But what the industry does is they find lots of research sites, they fly people around the world, they open those research sites, they train those research sites, they ship lab kits and manuals and drug to those research sites, and most research sites never enroll the number of patients that they said they would. Many research sites never enroll a single patient. But those sites have drugs sitting on their shelves going to waste. That's a huge driver of that R&D cost. Precision enrollment is this. We start the conversation with, say, a biotech company, and we review their protocol, and we say, I like this. This is good science. This is good medicine. I like the premise. It makes good medical sense to me. And I like the study design. I think we can find patients for this trial. I think it's good. It's a good trial for our community. And I think we have the capacity, the operational wherewithal to be able to do this trial today. And so we start working with all the vendors that are necessary to conduct that trial. And we take that conversation just far enough to be ready and stop. Now let's go find patients. Let's prove that we have the patients that are very appropriate for this trial. And then the moment you find the patient, you trigger the rest of the study startup. Drug is shipped to the site, lab kits, whatever else is necessary, and in a very rapid fashion, the site is fully opened up while you already have a patient who's ready to engage with that research trial. Brilliant evolutionary change. We just did it last week. We had opened up, under precision enrollment, a lymphoma trial. Increasingly, in the age of genetic medicine, especially in oncology, trials are getting increasingly more difficult because we're smarter, because we're tailoring very specific therapies to very specific patients with very specific genetic makeups. We opened this lymphoma protocol just far enough, and then we began looking for patients. We found a patient who was very appropriate for the trial, who wanted to go into the trial. We triggered the rest of study startup. We opened the trial in 13 days. And that lymphoma patient is right now being treated under this research protocol. That's what precision enrollment is. And it will reduce R&D costs, and it enhances efficiency for our industry. As our industry gets smarter and trials get harder, this is a great evolutionary change for us to embrace to help combat the normal alterations to how we do research today. Precision enrollment, you're going to see more of it. It is a good thing. It's reducing a lot of waste throughout our industry. Thank you very much. See you later.